My Lords, I thank the Noble Lord Tunnicliffe for introducing this amendment. I'm going to choose to address simply the green infrastructure parts, and I shall just park at this time of the evening the high growth debate in the interest of not getting sidelined away from the main issue. And I think it's very useful here, the idea of a review, because what we have of the evidence of other measures that the government has tried to take in terms of encouraging green investment is perhaps mixed, would be a charitable conclusion of that. And I refer to a survey just published this month by Pensions for Purpose, which looked at the first wave of obligatory reporting of the scheme introduced in October 2021 based on the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosure being done by the larger occupational pension schemes and authorised master funds. And what that study found was that this introduction by the government was having very limited effects, that it was to a large degree being treated as a tick box exercise, and where it was having an actual impact on investments, it was not really driving towards green investment, rather simply a portfolio decarbonisation, so stepping away from things rather than stepping into the kind of investments that we actually need. And so this is something that we're also seeing in terms of the, I think perhaps implicitly, that the pension regulator is about to launch a publicity campaign for pension trustees, stressing their need to look at ESG responsibilities, particularly around climate issues, something that's been their responsibility since 2019, but it's clearly thought necessary to have a publicity campaign about this. So we're really needing to see steps forward. And I think we need to see this kind of joined-upness here. And I'm reminded of a debate last week with the same noble lady, the Minister, when we finally finalised the UK Infrastructure Bank bill, which of course is looking at another source of investment going into green. And I'm very encouraged by the government's decision to include nature-based solutions there, which is obviously a cross-reference that we need to see much more private investment in nature-based type solutions as well. And dare I say, it would be nice to see some circular economy as well, if I can just put that in there. But I think the idea of a review, certainly, of we desperately need to see money going into green infrastructure. All the evidence we have says that is simply not happening. But I would also note that the government really needs to also create the frameworks in other areas of policy to make this happen. And I was thinking of being in this very same room a few weeks ago with the energy bill. And one of the things that we could be a very good source of investment would be if we are to get community energy schemes up and down the land, if we get delivery of the widely backed local electricity bill as it is in the other place, that would be a great area to see pension funds, to see them investing in support for community energy schemes up and down the land. I was actually in an event this morning debating social value and the importance of that in procurement. We need to tie all these things together. There's all these things just running off at different angles, but we're still not creating the environment where money that people are putting into their pensions, seeking to invest in their own future, they need a livable future for that pension to pay out in.